Hello, it's Dr. Karen. Welcome to this week's Spiritual Medicine Digest. And our topic for this week is the awareness bridge and the belief bridge. But before we get into the topic, would love for you to hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel and perhaps the notification bell. So every time I do a new video, you will be notified. So every week I get some downloads from source, if you will, as to what to share with you this week. Now, last week we talked about timeline jumping, or quantum jumping is another term for it. In this case, consciously jumping to a timeline, an alternate parallel reality, where we are completely healed, body, mind, and spirit, and we are enjoying life together on a planet that is healed with all of its healed systems. In other words, it's just an alternate timeline where all of that trauma and crazy stuff never actually happened or is completely evolved from that place. Now, I thought, well, gee, we can just resonate the new timeline, right? And many of you are already there. You're resonating the new timeline. So I asked Source this week, okay, I get the idea that suddenly waking up one morning and not needing to wear glasses, right, would be super cool. And at the same time, I know there's a purpose to a somewhat more gradual shift to that new body. And what I got was that there were two aspects that were necessary for us to experience where we're already resonating in our consciousness, in the 3D, I mean, So one was the belief bridge. Let's start with that one, the belief bridge. This one's a little easier to understand because there are conditioned beliefs, beliefs in certain realities that we've grown up with, and maybe your beliefs have changed a lot. Yet there are still more beliefs to let go of in order for us to fully embody and experience in the material world that new reality that we have timeline jumped to. So that makes sense to me, the belief bridge, to experiencing in the 3D what it is that we are resonating on another level. Now, the awareness bridge is a little bit more nebulous. In fact, I wasn't really sure what it was. I asked Source, well, what are the things that is helping us to get to that place where we manifest in the 3D exactly what we desire, including some things that may not be that comfortable just to experience it, right? So the awareness bridge was the answer, but I didn't really understand what it meant. Now, maybe some of you that are watching this intuitively know exactly what it is. So if that's true, go ahead and post your comments underneath this video. So the awareness bridge, I was like, well, define, what does that mean? What does it do? So I got the awareness bridge helps us to vibrate holistically. Vibrate holistically. Okay. On some level, I feel it like, yeah. But on another level, in the left brain language level, I'm like, I have no idea what that means. But maybe you do. So if you know what that means, let me know. So the best I can come up with so far is that our awareness is fluid. So we can be aware of our new timeline, new bodies, etc., new environment in that new parallel timeline, as well as choosing to be aware of our old past timeline. So the new you does not have the same past necessarily as the old you. So our awareness is fluid. So the bridge would be that attention ability, vibrating holistically, of being able to shift, choose, focus, if you will, and perhaps solidify a focus. That could be completely wrong, guys, because I'm just, pontificating on what it could be. That awareness bridge is the in-between where eventually we are in full embodied awareness and therefore manifest in the 3D what it is we desire. Now, you could be saying, well, Dr. Karen, how do I even know I'm in the new timeline? Things look kind of the same, Well, here's the thing. I asked that question too, and I got a very, very quick answer. It's synchronicities. Now, you may have already been experiencing increased synchronicities, and please post in the comments if you are, but this is even more. So synchronicities that I see like all the time are like repeating numbers, right? 1111, 2020, 222, 999, all those kinds of things. And that's just normal. Mind you, there's a lot of non-sensitive souls that are like, okay, like it's not their normal, right? They're probably just not paying attention. And there we go, attention, awareness bridge. However, I'm talking about bigger synchronicities, things that are really like, hello, you're in the new timeline kind of synchronicities. So I'll give you an example. This whole conversation around the awareness bridge, there's a huge synchronicity around that. In the morning, I had asked Source in stillness, like, what is it, how could I explain why we're not necessarily physically 100% in that experience of the new body? And Source said, belief bridge, awareness bridge, right? I was like, okay, well, I'm not really sure what awareness bridge is. Later on in the day, my husband is replaying a video, and he found this video had another version of it with extra stuff on the end. So he decided to play that. I was in earshot of that. And literally the speaker said, awareness bridge. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, that's a synchronicity. The other synchronicity was that I was interviewing a death doula, someone who helps people in their death and dying stage of their lives. And Dave mentioned to me that his best friend growing up in school was Chinese Canadian, like I was, and his last name was exactly the same last name as my mother. And I was like, I don't really hear that last name very often. I was like, alert, 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 synchronicity alert. It's like, yeah, new timeline, got it, right? And then in addition, I didn't tell my mother about this incident. And the next day, she happens to mention the family member name out of the blue. I had not prompted it. She talked about that side of the family and the name. It came out. And we hadn't talked about it in years. Wow, another synchronicity. So pay attention to those bigger synchronicities around you. And if you have been experiencing maybe different ones since last week or bigger ones, I'd love to know what they are. So post them in the comments below, or even put a single post on the Light Medicine Community Circle group, because I really want to pay attention to that so we can all talk about it in that private space. So synchronicities are the way that you know, okay, I've timeline jumped to the new ideal reality. Sometimes the past will seem very different, and that's the other thing that you can kind of hang your hat on, like, wow, am I really in the new timeline or the old one? Now, we can certainly bring our awareness back to the old one and perhaps resonate the frequency of the undesired timeline. How do we do that? By accident? Probably. We complain. If we complain and we react, now it's normal to react as a human from time to time. It's just that we catch it and go, oh, I'm reacting. Okay, and be done with it, right? But if we kind of embroil ourselves in reactivity, then we're kind of resonating back to another timeline that maybe we weren't so happy or weren't so healthy. However, if we are resonating in the new timeline, then our past can be very different. And therefore, the people that you meet, whether it be an old friend or a family member, they could have very, very different memories of the past. And that, again, is your indication that, oh, I'm in the new timeline. So instead of arguing with them what really happened, or that you think they're making it up, or they're full of SHI, what, right? Just go, oh, maybe that's the timeline jump, and just move on. So let's do a Topican healing activation today. Now, there's a tiny little part I did want to mention, which I'll probably expand on next week. We'll see what happens, because this is in the last couple of days. So we're still kind of figuring out what exactly is going on. But the last couple of days, I've noticed that I was full reversed polarity, which has not happened in quite a while because if you recall from past videos, I had co-created with the source team automatic alignment activator so that every time we have an ascension upgrade, the propensity for our nervous system to get a little dysregulated or even go backwards for a short period of time, that is null and void by basically creating an automatic alignment activator for the end of time, meaning that the most evolved advanced version. And then since I did that, I hadn't gone reversed until yesterday, or was it the day before? Anyway, so I was like, oh, that's very interesting. Now today, I actually went full reversed while I was skating, which was a little bit tricky because I almost did a little oopsie, right? But I didn't, caught myself and immediately tested. I was, muscle tested and then I was reversed, corrected it, and then I thought, okay, I got to figure this out, right? So what I got was that AAA, that automatic alignment activator that automatically works with every ascension upgrades, works in that timeline that I was in. Oh, I didn't realize it was specific to that timeline. Does that mean all of our AAAs are specific to that timeline? I don't think so. I don't think so. But that particular one was for whatever reason. So what we're going to do today, because I've already created it, is download and activate it if you want. The automatic alignment activator that keeps your nervous system more stable and certainly doesn't get into reversals every time we do an ascension upgrade. Now, how do you know if you're reversed, right? Unless you muscle test? Well, being klutzy, being out of balance, possibly brain fog, possibly, mood funkiness. That could be excessive sadness, crying, anger, irritability, sleep trouble, bad luck, stubbing your toe. I mean, all these things are signs of reversed polarity and possibly reactivation of pain that you may have had before. And so hopefully with this AAA in this timeline, we will have that under control. So we're going to do a Topican healing activation that helps activate your belief bridge and awareness bridge, right? And with the intention of that, bridge completing so that you can experience even faster the physical manifestations of your brand new timeline, jumping timeline. And then we'll do the AAA. So if you're ready, let's go into stillness through observing internal movement, which is the 0-point field. And that always helps with all sorts of intentions and automatically does healing for us. This time around, I'm going to walk you through it a little bit differently. So let's start and then I'll walk you through it and then we'll do our directives. So if it's safe for you to do so, go ahead and close your eyes, rub your hands, get some energy going. This is optional. Just feeling your hands and then relax. Focus on the inside of your hands. Feel the energy from whatever you are doing. Follow the flow wherever it goes to any other part of your body. And just let that be there. Let that flow be there and just follow it. And as you continue paying attention to that flow wherever it goes in your body, now, simultaneously, if you can, imagine your new body. So imagine the size, the shape, the health, the strength, the flexibility, the fluidity, the comfort, the ease, however that body feels. And perhaps if you're an athlete like me, you'll be doing something really cool, like an axel, which is, by the way, a figure skating move, or jumping off a cliff in a hang glider. Yes, got that visualization. So whatever your visualization is, it's good. Whatever pops into your mind is good. So now feel the energy in that body, that healthy, radiantly healthy body. Feel that energy pulsing in your form. You're doing stillness through observing internal movement from the perspective of your new timeline now. Cool. So imagine yourself doing whatever it is you wish to do. Like I said, I just jumped off a cliff and I'm gliding. Ooh, I feel so light. It's exhilarating. Okay, so as you continue experiencing your new timelines body, I'm going to go ahead and download and activate those bridges for you. Here we go. I now command the belief bridge be downloaded and fully activated in you in the highest and best way, all directions of time, speed, ease, and grace, and all timelines where you exist. I now command the awareness bridge that helps us vibrate holistically be downloaded and activated fully in you in the highest and best way, all directions of time, with speed, ease, and grace, in the highest and best way, and all timelines where you exist. It's now commanded that the automatic alignment activator that keeps your nervous system stable so it doesn't go reversed with every ascension, upgrade, or expansion be downloaded and activated in you in this timeline and all timelines that you decide to visit with your consciousness in the highest and best way with ease, speed, and grace. Thank you. So just take a breath in and out. Come back to this time, this space. Open your eyes when you're ready. I would love to know what that experience was like for you. I know that was a super fast activation, but I think it's actually kind of neat. I certainly am very invigorated at the moment. So would love your comments below. And remember, in case you have a visceral understanding of what it means to have an awareness bridge fully activated, let me know your perspective as well by posting in the comments. And by the way, if you like this video, like the activation, give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it with folks. Now I have a few announcements for this week. Number one is we are in the full swing of the launch of the Light Warrior Training Camp 2024, the Superpower Intensive. Yes. So this is a week-long in-person live camp where you get to spend a whole week with me and other beautiful light community members, light warrior members, sensitive soul members, and we get to train together to activate, hone, and harness our beautiful, amazing intuiting gifts, our healing gifts, and our manifesting gifts. And what's really cool about being at camp, not only because it's a beautiful area, we have the Sacred Lake Vortex, the amazing sunsets, and just a lot of fun, we get to actually do this work together. And when two or more are gathered, it is very, very powerful. So you get also feedback from me, mini healings from me. And in fact, we actually added an extra day because people were requesting more, a different experience, especially those from last year. So we added a day. And that additional day, we're going to do some phototherapy patching advanced protocols and teaching people that. We are also going to do some work in the timeline jumping, quantum jumping realm, as well as whatever it is that is important to you. Now, the retreat only holds a certain number of people. It's not a lot of people every year. So it is a very special opportunity for you to gather with me, with other light warriors for those special 7 days. It's July 14th to 19th, and currently we are in the super early bird, and that's going to end at the end of this month or whenever those spots are completely filled. So if you're thinking about coming, click the link, Light Warrior Training Camp, and check out the various different options. We have food, lodging included. So all you need to think about is how you're going to get there, right? And we have some tips on that as well. I'm so looking forward to this. And by the way, last year we manifested the most amazing sunny weather ever. Like it's almost never that sunny for that long where we live. And then we thought, wait, well, this is great. We're going to have a great sunny summer. No. So y'all got to come back so we can have that sunny weather again for 7 whole days. Anyway, so I'll put the link below. Definitely register as soon as you can to get that super early bird savings. It is a huge amount of discount off, and we just want to reward those people who are, self-starters and really want to do the work. So I'm looking forward to seeing you. Now, the other announcement is Light Warrior Radio. We have the airing of the Zoom call that we do every month with Dr. Dennis talking about phototherapy patches, acupuncture points, Chinese medicine, and there was a lot of cool stuff that we talked about, including what's the difference between phototherapy and acupuncture. Also, for chronic diarrhea, what does that mean? And what kind of points and patches can we use to help alleviate that symptom? And what if you have both knee pain and hip pain? Is there a protocol to help both those things at once? So we talked about a whole bunch of different things and had a heck of a lot of fun. So the airing of that will be at the link below, 12 noon Eastern, and then there'll also be notes that you can look at right on our blog. Now, what else do I have to tell you? Well, I think that if you are not part of the light medicine community on Circle, definitely you want to be part of that for many reasons. One reason is that Monday night we did a call with my mentor, Marcus Bird, who is the creator of the 𝗥𝗚𝗥𝗢𝗢 energetics dimensional healing process. It's a healing modality. It basically complements Toppan healing so well. And we talked a lot about how the off-world beings gave this technology, this healing technology, to the Egyptians. And Marcus is here to bring it back for us and, of course, modernize it for today's world, right? There are changes because there were a lot of changes in the world. And one of the important things we talked about is the importance of stabilization in time and space. People get ascension symptoms when they are destabilized and cannot restabilize. So in a moment, I'll talk about one process that you can do right now that will help you stabilize. And I have noticed since knowing this concept of stabilization that I have been much more tolerant of ascension upgrades and in fact, sometimes miss them altogether. So usually it's somebody else where I'm doing testing or whatever it is that I realize, oh, big ascension upgrade, because I personally don't really feel them anymore, which is kind of cool. We also talked about some questions like, are humans natural to this planet or were we seeded? We also talked about our bodies as we evolve becoming more silicon based. Does that mean AI or does that mean something different? So if you're curious to know the answers to those questions, I'm going to put the link below right directly to the recording of this particular session we did with Marcus, which was super interesting, but you do need to be a Light Medicine community member to see it. So we're going to put the link below where you could just get in there for free, click that other link so you can watch the replay. And as I was saying, if you want to learn how to stabilize yourself in time and space right now, Marcus created a mini course called the Pyramid Meditation, where he walks you through the whole process while you're in a pyramid, which is super cool. We have had such amazing already, because we just did this a few days ago, amazing testimonials related to the process there. So it's only $39 for this course. So cool. Anyway, so I'm going to put my special link down below because Marcus gave me a special link to share with you. It's just $39 for my people, and you can just do that link. And by the way, when you're in the community listening to the replay of this very special private call we had with Marcus, just know that we're going to be talking about a 3-hour workshop that he has called Supercharge Your Healing Abilities. Now, by the time you listen to this or watch this, the live may have already run, but here's the good news. We will get an evergreen version for you that you can purchase and watch. Now, it's choose your contribution. So it's like between $1 or $97, which is the actual cost of the 3-hour workshop, which is kind of cheap actually. But anyway, so you can choose anything between $1 and $97 to contribute to watch this. So in case, you listen to what we have on Circle and you cannot register, just know we will find you that link in the future. Just let me know at support@𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And that's it for today's announcements and our Toppan Healing activation for this week. So I love your comments. Please, please, please comment below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And remember to subscribe if you're new to my channel. And I will hopefully see you in the Light Medicine community. And we will also see you here next week. Bye for now. Lots of love.